For the second consecutive season, it will be a top-of-the-table championship-deciding matchup between the Kings of Rugby and Gloucester. This one has got it all riding on it. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cornflakes Trivia, home of Rugby 18 and the Kings of Rugby career mode, where this is the big one of the season. 1v2, and the Kings' loss here will be the only thing that will stop them wrapping up the title this season. Gloucester 8 points adrift, and they need to win this one to keep this season alive. It's a full-strength Kings side against the best Gloucester have to offer for the second season in a row. Kings will be kicking off, and it'll be Stuart Hall with ball in hand as per usual. He's back to his favourite number 15 jumper. As underway we go with the high kickoff. Oh, that's a beautiful high kickoff too. It's more or less being spilt, and Underhill is the one who jumps on through to pick that up. It's Rob Evans, who's in a bit of a pickle, and he's got away from him as well as he squirts the ball out wide. Conrad Smith alive to Tuisova, beats one. Tuisova gunning into the corner. Oh, what a try! Tuisova starts the game off with a thunderous effort, beats them bamboozled, and scores a cracker to kick this matchup underway. Missed out on a good 40 minutes last week, but look at this to Tuisova. Beats one and then bamboozles the others. Left the fullback and winger for dust. One of them desperately lunging at a tackle. And the tee is a sign for a try from Tuisova. Look at that magical line. Perfectly executed. And Tuisova scores. And the Kings lead 5-0. Johnny Sexton with the conversion after 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Yeah, I don't think he's even touched the ball in the matchup just yet. As we see some flags way up in the rafters as well. Goodness me, not going to see much of those seats. But the fans are packing in the stadium for this big home match for the Kings of Rugby up against Gloucester. It's 7-0 after 5. And the Kings get off to a flying start. Last couple of weeks have seen average efforts by the Kings of Rugby, and 12-0 against Edinburgh last week, and now this time they look to ramp it up again. It's his advantage here for the Kings, and Atolje, the two-try hero from last week, is beating defenders for fun down there on the sideline, but eventually gets bundled into touch, and no penalty. Wow, that is a surprise. Atolje went forward 2 metres and back 3, and he's lost the advantage for the Kings. So a chance here for Hibbert at the line out and for the Gloucester side to get something out of the set piece here as line out goes up and straight out as well. And hammered on the through goes the Gloucester scrum half as he tries to bust his way through the guts of the line out. And big numbers there, and turnover ball back to the Kings of Rugby, and they go straight out to Tuisova. Once again, he cuts the line, beats the winger, beats the fullback. Oh, he beats him again! Another desperation dive on Tuisova, and they will not stop him. He's got a double. Tuisova with 2. Excellent work from the Fijian, and he has left a scorching mark down that right wing. Excellent work from Tuisova, swapping wings on the comeback with Nemani Nadolo, who hasn't even touched the ball yet. And this is much more like the Kings of Rugby we know and love. Gloucester hardly had a chance. It was their line out, they won it, and then they made an error. And that just gifted the ball back to the Kings. The Gloucester defence hardly even regathered their thoughts. And now after 12 minutes, it could be 12 or 14-0, depending on what Jonathan Sexton wants to do with this kick. It's a fairly simple one, but we've seen last week Dan Carter, Mr. Sitter, from right in front. So here's Sexton. Just chips it over. Nice and easy. Right in front, 14-0. Kings over Gloucester. Back underway we go. Down to Conrad Smith, who's waiting for a support play, and Jonathan Sexton has a bit of a tumble with it as well. Beats 2 defenders. Hibbert's offside, and he's been pinged for it as well. About the only man you can identify on the side, and it's advantage given to a penalty to the Kings of Rugby. Inside their own 22, they'll give the ball to Stuart Hogg, and they should try and smash this one a long, long way downfield. Here's the kick from Hogg, and its touch, it goes just over halfway and into about the second or third row of the stadium. And we will be getting a Kings line-out just inside Gloucester's half. What can they do here to extend their lead? 14-0 is a small fry still for a team that would love to get a bonus point here against their closest rival in Gloucester and end this championship decider. Here is Conrad Smith. Oh, he's got away from that one defender. Conrad Smith running down the sideline, looking for a support, and it's there for Nemani Dodolo. Maybe he should have hung on to it, giving it to the big wing. I thought he might be able to do something better with it. It's there for Furlong. Back to Conrad Smith, who had another go. Falatau. Strong run there from the Welsh number 8. Guinea goes away to Rob Evans, who offloads nicely. The Welshman combining here as away it goes to Tuisova. Look out! It's a hat-trick opportunity! And he's taken down first time in the game. Guinea, there's advantage as Guinea is going backwards. He's got it nicely out to Ma'anonu, who still hasn't scored in the Kings jumping yet. And Gloucester have turned this over. We'll be going back for the penalty. And so close to the line, the Kings, well, surprisingly, have gone for touch. Looking for a line out, just 5 metres out is the plan, as Hogg just tickles this one over the sideline and into the second tier of the stadium as well. Surprising that Nonu and Smith have not scored a try in a Kings jumper. Line out goes to the back, and Howard in the back as well, and Guinea will take it away. He switches it to Sexton, who goes away to Ma'anonu. Copy the Forest it is! Finally, we get a special try from Ma'anonu. So typical of what we love to see from Ma'a. Set piece play to the back. It was a bit of a dummy ball. They never really got too committed. And then Guinea popped it straight out. Sexton to Nonu. And then over he goes. Great try for the Kings. And then it's their third. And they have been a class above this Gloucester side, who really haven't changed in recent seasons. But still, they are up there as one of the best sides in Division 2. So it will be the third opportunity here. 25 minutes gone. And Sexton will have his third kick at goal. Should be another nice, easy one for him as well. He's right in front. It's been a real gift of tries from Tuisova and Nonu here today. Right in front of the sticks, and there's the third one over. 21-0. It's been all the Kings of Rugby here today. Sai Khaleesi, haven't even talked about him so far here today as he busts through the first tackle. And he sets it up nicely for Sebastian Bahamahina, the French second rower. Storms into contact, and it's there for Rob Evans. Evans goes short to Nadolo, who bumps one away. Races his team out of the 22. The advantage is there of the Kings. And Bahamahina goes another little rumble. Guinea to Marks. Malcolm Marks. Just toiling a little bit sideways. Ma'anonu away to Nadolo, who's switched swings now. He's had enough. And he's stepping. He's still stepping. Pops it up to Ma'anonu. Oh, that was electric. Great little play from Nadolo and Nonu. Here's Guinea. Oh, that is magical from the little scrum half. Will Guinea shrugs away the fullback and just about goes to the 22. Quickly recycled ball. Underhill's there. It's away to Bahamahina. Up to Tuisova. He swapped wings. Now he's on the left side looking for a hat-trick. Oh, it's stolen by Gloucester. And it's tapped into touch. Oh, wow. What a little passage there from the Kings of Rugby. Absolutely exploding out of the blocks. Tuisova, Nonu, Nadolo, they go to the back and they pop it down to Genia, fires it out to Sexton, one out to Tuisova, and here's Nonu looking for a double. Nonu to the corner, it's a clean run, it's an empty line, and it's a second try for Nonu. Put on a platter once again, the backline play from the set piece, far too good for the Gloucester defence. We don't even see the magic, but we just see the finish of Nonu, and this is gold rugby from the Kings. Tuisova scored 2 early on. Nonu hasn't scored before, and he's knocked up 2 here today, which is a magical effort. And Gloucester way off the mark here as the Kings ramp it up for their toughest task yet. Just 14 seconds remain in the first half, 26-0 the scoreline, Kings over Gloucester, the team you'd expect to be their toughest challenge, seemingly proving to be their easiest opponent so far. Even Edinburgh was a bit trickier than this one. Over it goes, and the scoreline 28-0 with just seconds remaining. The Kings, well, they've got nothing left to prove here, and I expect Stuart Hogg turns around, and he smashes this one, my word, way back in the stadium as well. And a free ball for someone in there, that is half-time. The Kings of Rugby leading convincingly over Gloucester, 28-0. 4 tries, 4 conversions, and look at that. 3 tackles. Absolute dominance over Gloucester, who are in second place. Look at last episode against Edinburgh. We scored only 2 tries, both when they had a yellow card. Such a stark contrast to that game here today against Gloucester. There is just something about the Kings that Gloucester cannot handle. Let's quickly move on, go into the second half, and the Kings will look to pile on some big points here against the second place Gloucester side. Quickly back into the action, Gloucester go as they kick off away down to Will Genia, who's had probably his best match in the number 9 jumper here for the Kings, as it's quickly recycled for Atolje, who takes on the loose head prop for Gloucester, and he sweeps him aside like a piece of garbage, and now they continue to attack. Malcolm Marks in behind. Malcolm Marks, look at him go! He's a hooker, for goodness sake, Gloucester. You've got to stop him. And it's a touch, they go with it as well. Wow. What a play from Marks with a little chip over the top, and then a chase from Tuisova smashes his opposite number into, well, he was already in touch to be fair, he just smashed him anyway over the sideline. Here is Malcolm Marks, who put them in a great position and earned them this line-out throw. It's there for Genia, who gives to no one, and Sexton's bundled off, and away go Gloucester. Great kick over the top as well. Hogg's back chasing. Hogg will turn with it. Stuart Hogg looking for a little bit of a gap, and Stuart Hogg finds it. Now he's up to halfway. Hogg looking for something, looking for someone. He doesn't need to. Stuart Hogg down the sideline, puts a little grubber, and holds up. Tuisova's giving chase. Hogg's back there, and he bundles him in to the end goal. But it was carried, not carried back, I should say, will be a 22 dropout. What a little, no. What? Surely that was kicked into the end goal, wasn't it? That is a very, very strong call by the referee. Maybe a replay would have seen exactly how that went down, but it seems as though it has been carried back from Gloucester. So a 5-metre scrum to the Kings of Rugby. And we know how well this scrum operates as well. Smashing any comer in the 8-man shove. Oh, look, Gloucester give a little bit of a fight back there, but it will be sitting at the back as Genia goes away to Nonu. Hat-trick here for the former All Black. That, once again, is vintage Nonu. From a position like that, he just bulldozes through. And he's done it yet again for the Kings of Rugby. Not quite as black as the international jumper he used to wear, but close enough. Brings out the best in Nonu. Oh, wow. Absolutely bulldozes his opposite inside centre and charges through the flankers cover tackle for the try. Magical, magical stuff for Nonu. It was set up as well. Where was Sexton? He was on the right-hand side. Doesn't matter. Went to Nonu, and it was a simple one pass, one broken tackle, and another try for the Kings. Falling a bit behind the clock here, though. The Kings 33-0 with the kick to come after 50 minutes. So we're not going to get the 80-0 that we were on track for early on. But still, a thumping is in store here for Gloucester. A lot of pride will be lost here for the team sitting in second. That was going straight down the stair tunnel as well, which is a very accurate kick. Back underway we go. Will Gideon. He's after another little snipe. He gets up towards the 22. It's there for Furlong, who fires a big pass away to Malcolm Marks, who loves a bit of a run, does Malcolm. Marks still going. He's gone all the way up to 10-metre line, and Tui Sova's there. Surely an offside as Kulisi has a bit of a scamper and gets a bit of a run. And it's there for once again. Will Genia spots a little bit of room. A lot of back jumpers to the left-hand side. Marnon, who's already got 3. Here is Nadolo. Puts a little grabber pass, but it was poorly executed. And oh, he saved it from going into touch. Oh, Nadolo's got it back. Passed it straight to him. Bahamahina, Nonu, big ball for Furlong as they look to get it to Tuisova for a double hat-trick. Here he is. Oh no, what's he done, Tuisova? Well, there was advantage, so they'll let it slide. It's a offside penalty way back here over on the left-hand side. And Hogg will look for that safety of the 5-metre line again, and he gets it so well. Stuart Hogg, pinpoint kicking accuracy. And the Kings opt for another 7-man line out. It's been pretty successful as well. Malcolm Marks has had a storming game here for the Kings. To the back they go. It's there for Gideon, who fires it nicely away to Conrad Smith, who was supposed to go wide, who was set up to go wide, but he saw a huge hole. Mahina, Tuisova! There it is, double hat-trick. Manonu, Jasui Tuisova. There is 2 players on 3 tries, and the Kings know how to exploit players in form. It was always the target, it was always who we were looking to go to. Great pass from Guinea, and Conrad Smith's eyes lit up. He saw a huge hole, and he went for it, but couldn't quite react in time. Bahamahina going wide, didn't trust his pass to go all the way out, so ran a bit towards Tuisova, a bit of an angle before firing out the best he could do. Up it went there from Falatau, great take too, in the back of the line-outs. And here it was, big pass here, Bahamahina shovels it on, and Tuisova finishes delicately. Happy to get that one down. 40 points to 0. We've still got 20 minutes on the clock. Kings of Rugby destroying this tame effort here from Gloucester. Here is Sexton. A flawless night is ruined as he strikes one off the uprights. Big strong wind as well. How do you compete with that? Ball goes down to Hogg, who turns and gets away from one. Stuart Hogg away from another. Oh, he is so hard to stop. Stuart Hogg up over halfway, looking for the final player to beat. Beats him up to 12. Hogg going for the corner. This could be one of the great tries of the Kings of Rugby. It is Stuart Hogg. Wow. That's what he can bring to a side. Stuart Hogg, the Scottish fullback wizard. Absolutely killing it here for the Kings of Rugby. Just got a leg, but he was well and truly over the line. My word, what a try from Hogg. One of the best in a Kings jumper for this whole career. Used every inch he had to. Beat every player he needed to. Bumps a couple off. Steps a couple. That was completely, just utterly filthy and fantastic at the same time. What skill from Stuart Hogg. Well, Sexton may as well have just stayed down here and waited for the next kick, because he's just gone a bit to his right-hand side now. And the wind, as you can see, is completely calmed down, and he easily converts that try from Hogg. Bit of a contrast to the last one he took, which absolutely blew it completely sideways. Now we're down to Conrad Smith. What can he do? Oh, he's got away from one. Has Smith out. It's there for Sexton. He's looking to do something special. He's got a lot of kicks, Sexton, but he wants some tries now. Get here. There's an offside advantage back for the Kings of Rugby as they struggle to really fire it wide. Now they do. Nemani Ndolo. Here's a danger we've hardly spoken of. Where's his friends in black jerseys? They're nowhere. They're nowhere at all. Ndolo doesn't care though. He could do it again. Going all the way. No, just short. Quick ball. Fired wide. And it's there for Tuisova, who's going to grab 4. What a display from Tuisova. 4 tries. He has been completely amazing. You run out of superlatives for a player who scored 4. Phenomenal is one that springs to mind, but right place, right time, speed, power and pace, that's all you need. And Chilliver, the Gloucester player, picking it up to say, no, he dropped it, ref. Not a chance to Tuisova. He is a machine. Ndolo did very well, ran out of friends though, and eventually quickly recycled, which is the key to this try. Gloucester hadn't had time to get back, let alone get into position. And I've seen some absolute stunners here from the Kings tonight against Gloucester. We thought the gap might be closing. We've seen just 12-0, we've seen 13-3, we've seen a lot of close scores. But this one definitely has been the Kings of Rugby at their very best. Over it goes from Sexton. And 54-0. My goodness me, it's a thrashing. Conrad Smith wants another go. Conrad, he's been drilled to the ground once again. And the ball goes back to Ma'anonu, who saw spotted a little bit of an opening on the outside, thought he'd back himself and was just dragged down. Here's Fahamahina. He's a strong carrier of the ball. Conrad Smith out to no one in particular, and Nemani Ndolo will pick it up, but there's no one out there to stop him as well. And once again, Ndolo is beating players for fun. Where does he go this time? He's looking for the grubber. It's half charged down, and it's picked up by a Gloucester player who's, well, he's been squashed, and he's lost the ball as well. That's got to be offside. He was not even back. Well, that is a terrible call for the ref. We've seen a couple of them already from him today. The ball goes straight back to 4-try Tuisova, who skips out of one, looks to go out. He is absolutely out on his feet, Tuisova. Look at his energy. It's non-existent. He has run a lot of Ks here today. Rob Evans, the biggest winger you'll see from the Welshman. Squirts it. No, he doesn't. He looked to go back to the right-hand side, but couldn't link up. Furlong, another big winger, Tuisova. Lost all his impact now. He's got 4 tries. He's ready for a sleep. Fahamahina, they quickly switch it through the hands. Out to Rob Evans once more, giving it to Conrad Smith. He doesn't have much in the tank either, Conrad, as he grabs it towards the corner. Is holding up, but it's just going to fall in the end goal. And it will be dotted down for a 22/full time between the Kings and Gloucester. Wow, there are some boys out on their feet here in the black jersey of the Kings because they have put in one hell of a display. 54-0 is hard to match, especially against your closest rival. That is one display you will never forget for the Kings in Division number 2. Some great tries as well. Stuart Hogg with one of the best kickoff returns you'll ever see. And of course, the Ma'anonu hat-trick, the Tuisova 4-try effort. The quad trick. Would you call it that? I don't know. That's a new name, isn't it? Big pile of points puts us way up for some we never really use. 8 tries, 7 conversions, 1 off the upright, of course. Well, we scored as many tries as tackles we made. Gloucester weren't in this game at all. 49 tackles they made. We even won a scrum. It was a one-sided affair. It was a thrashing, but it was pretty entertaining. So that absolutely kills this competition as a contest because Gloucester now trail by 13 points to the Kings of Rugby. We still have 2 rounds to go. It is Treviso at home to the Kings, and then the Dragons at home also to the Kings. But for Gloucester, they've got to play the Dragons and then have to play Bordeaux. So 2 games, I mean, they could win. They go to 34 if the Kings never pick up another point. But that will not be enough. Of course, it doesn't really matter because there are semi-finals and finals for the minor premiership. We'll be going to the Kings of Rugby. So likelihood at the moment we sit in a very tight predicament between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Bordeaux sit with 19, Dragons 16 and Treviso also 16. So The Kings could be playing any one of those three sides depending on future results. We do know one thing, it will not be Edinburgh, and there's a possibility too that Gloucester could drop down if Bordeaux do knock them off in round 10 that those two sides play. So still, a lot could happen in this competition for the top 4 places, but one thing we do know is the Kings will be the number 1 seed. Next episode we'll have Treviso at home to the Kings of Rugby. We'll look to pile on as many points we can and make our way to the big dance, the semis and the final, and take our way to Division number 1. Until then, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you're enjoying the series as always. If you do like it, hit that thumbs up, and of course don't forget to subscribe to make sure and see us go to the very, very top. Until next episode though, against Treviso, thanks for watching and take care.